Good morning readers. I, Harish Budhu, warmly welcome you to my channel. Learn as much as possible from my handwritten articles. This November 2, 2020 opinion paper. 186th anniversary of the arrival of Indian indentured laborers today. They came here to give and not to take, to work and not to loot, to suffer for others, to serve and not be served, all that so that their children live well. Learn a lesson or two. They never cheated, never robbed, never lied, never betrayed. It is a very sacred and symbolic date today. We are commemorating the 186th anniversary of the arrival of Indian indentured laborers. Sacred because they came here to give and not to take, to help and not to loot, to work and not to enjoy, to suffer without complaining, to sacrifice themselves, for the whole of the country, to toil from dawn to dusk, for the entire nation, including their cruel masters. To water each and every inch of the soil, with their sweat, blood and tears, so that their children and those of the slaves and also those of their masters, might one day live well. Sacred because they were hard-working, honest to the core, simple, straightforward, God-fearing, and you name it, they lived for humanity. And today is symbolic because they came here to continue the work of African slaves. They, too, were brought to Mauritius to give everything they had. Slaves and coolies suffered to make the country what it is today. Symbolic because they breathed and lived for future generations. We celebrate the abolition of slavery on 1st February. We have written a lot on the contributions of the slaves. 1st February and 2nd November are both highly symbolic in our history. We learn from history. See, we are in the 1940s and early 1950s. The typical village where the Indian laborers lived was still my own village of Belterre. Out of some 50 houses, 47 were small thatched huts. I lived in one. All the adults worked as laborers in the sugar cane fields, owned by Bagatel's sugar estate. Almost all the families had cows and goats. And chickens. There were 6 sugar estate camps all around my village. The cattle rearing brought some additional money. It was like a bank deposit, with the sale of cows, goats, milk, eggs, manure, etc. I can still remember the 5 a.m. scene in the village. All the villagers were very active. That's because they had to leave for work by 6 a.m. Children were also busy. Walk in the village. You can smell cow dung because the sheds are being cleaned. The scene was one and the same each and every day of the year. The word lazy was not written in their life dictionaries. Theirs was a life of the busy bees. And then, they were God-fearing. They never lied, cheated, betrayed or robbed. They respected the beliefs and religions of others. Sharing cakes and food were the mantra for each religious festival, Diwali, Eid, Christmas, etc. Remember their way of life today. Keep reading, keep learning. Like and subscribe for more thrilling articles. Thank you for watching.